Hello and welcome to In the Spotlight with your host, Nabiha Asim.
Welcome to In the Spotlight. I'm your host, Nabiha Asim. My guest today is Benedictine faculty member Dr. Cheryl Hines. Dr. Hines' interest in entomology has led her to discover a unique finding all the way in China. Since her travels to China, she has been leading the China Pollination Project for 4 years now and is joined with us today to talk more about the project. Welcome, Dr. Hines. So tell me briefly, what is the China Pollination Project and how did it all begin?
So the Benedictine University China Pollination Project is a sort of research abroad experience for students. So I've been working and collaborating with Dr. Stephen Day, and for the past 4 years we've gotten together a group of students and gone over to China for somewhere between 3.5 and 6 weeks. And we do sightseeing and have cultural experiences, but we also do some research.
And how did it begin? How did you start the project?
It started when Dr. Day led a faculty study tour to China back in 2013, and he took about a dozen faculty members over to China for 2 weeks. And while we were there, because I'm always interested in looking at plants, looking for evidence of insects being present in the environment. As you know, I always bring my camera, and I'm always taking pictures, and so I'm always looking for evidence of insects having been present. And in 2 weeks, and in I don't know how many parks we went to, I could only find one weedy garden where I actually found any bees or flies or any wild insects.
That should be pretty shocking to find that.
It was. And so that led, when we got back, Dr. Day kind of nudged me, and I wrote up a proposal, and we found 5 students, and we jointly submitted the proposal to the Asia Network Freeman Foundation Student Faculty Fellows Program, and they awarded us a grant to take 5 students to China for at least 4 weeks to research this.
Wow, so you said students go there to collect data with you, so can you give us an insight about what students actually do there?
So in terms of the data, what we're actually doing is finding flowers, so often in public gardens, sometimes on university grounds, and we observe the flowers and try to see what kinds of insects and how many insects are actually visiting the flowers. So we have kind of a standard observation protocol that we're using so that we can compare across different locations, different flowers, different sites.
Okay, and as an entomologist, why is it so important to document pollinator activity?
Well, worldwide there's been issues with pollinators. Actually, just within the past couple months, there's been a study out of Germany showing a massive, something like 70% decline in the number of insects being observed. And we depend highly on insects for pollination of agricultural products. A lot of our major crops, so things like apples, absolutely depend on having insects to pollinate the flowers. The only alternative is human hand pollination, which is not very efficient.
Okay. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for right now, but when we come back, we'll hear more on the project and we'll have more on the travels in China.
Welcome to Ben News for October. I'm Jennifer Flores.
And I'm Zakir Majid here with this month's top stories. Benedictine is reversing its decision to transfer to NCAA Division II and will remain an NCAA Division III school. Benedictine was granted membership as of this year, but the Board of Trustees unanimously voted not to enter the Division II around late September. Head baseball coach Adam Smith has an overall record of 67 wins and 56 losses in his 3 years of coaching at Benedictine baseball. Eye of the Eagles' Jonathan Hodo spoke with Smith to discuss his thoughts on the back-and-forth process of switching divisions.
Hello, this is Jonathan Hodo with Eye of the Eagle. I'm with head coach of the Benedictine baseball, Adam Smith. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, John. Thanks for asking.
No problem. Let's cut right to it. The first question I'd like to ask you is about the process of Division II. How do you feel about, how was your initial thoughts about Division II when you first heard about it?
It was very interesting. Obviously, it wasn't something that I expected coming here a couple years ago, but the more I got into it, the more I was excited about it. And, I thought it would have been a great thing. But, obviously we're going back to Division III, which we'll talk about in a second. But, I was excited about it, to be honest with you.
Okay. How do you feel about we're going to Division III now? You know, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, now, you know, obviously things are done now. We're going back to Division III. It's set, and I couldn't be more excited. That's what we recruited all you guys here, all our 3 recruiting classes to do is play Division III baseball. That's what I've known. That's what I played. That's what I've coached for all these years, and I'm very excited about knowing for sure that that's where we're going to be here from now on.
I know you recruited a lot of people come here to play Division II that thought they was going to be at Division II from the freshman standpoint and the guys in the future. So, like, what is the future for them, for those guys?
Sure. I mean, that was a tough part, you know. We recruited this like we were going to go Division II, obviously with no athletic scholarships, but, you know, that was their plan. They thought we were going to go to Division II baseball, and they were excited about it. Yeah, and we've talked to every single one of them individually, and I think they're okay with it for now, that's for sure. You know, they know how competitive, they've seen us this fall play, and they know how competitive it is, even at this level, obviously. So I think, I'll be honest with you, with the tournament stuff and things that, you know, in that nature that we're going to play, they're going to be fired up, and I think they'll be excited to stay here. And going forward, recruiting-wise, I think will be great, just like the last 3 recruiting classes we've had.
What is the future of Benedictine baseball?
Oh, I think our future is very bright. You know, with the 3 recruiting classes we brought in here since I got here, the seniors that have stayed, I think the future is just going to be unbelievable here. We've set this up. We knew this wasn't going to be a short-term fix. We wanted to, you know, create 4-year guys. We talk about family all the time around here. That is our big thing. We have great high-character kids that we have in our program and will continue to have as long as I'm here. And I couldn't be more excited to be here. We have a great thing going, and I feel like we're just going to keep getting better and better every year.
All right, there you have it, guys. All right, thank you, Coach, for your time. I appreciate it. Jonathan Hodo, Eye of the Eagle.
On September 20th, the Cubworth Art Gallery, located on Kinlan's 5th floor, welcomed the City Dust Quartet to perform their renditions of blues classics. Their 2-hour set included works from Thelonious Monk, Mark Rice, and Muddy Waters. The gallery transformed into the perfect venue with an addition of a stage, food, and refreshments. The City Dust Quartet played to a large turnout of students, faculty, and guests from off-campus. Curator Teresa Parker organized the event, coinciding with the department's annual musical feature. Eye of the Eagle, Zachary Dunn spoke with Teresa Parker to find out more.
I'm here with Teresa Parker here at the Cubworth Art Gallery. Now, Teresa, we just had a band play here. Could you tell us a little bit about the band, who they are, why here?
This is our 2nd annual concert at the Cubworth. We started it last year with the jazz concert, and we invited the same band back because they had such a great time. So the band is headed by Patrick Infacino, who's one of the faculty who teaches in our music program, and it's his jazz quartet or his blues quartet. So it's called City Dust Quartet, and they play all over this area. And they were more than happy to come back. We'd like to have it up here where the art gallery's at. It's a nice intimate setting, and I think everyone really loves it.
About when is the next show here at the art gallery?
Right now we have a comic show which is just ending in a couple of days. So starting October 1st, we'll have an art faculty biennial show, which we do every 2 years. And it features work by the people who teach in the art department here and also at our branch campus in Mesa, Arizona. So that'll be up for a month.
Benedictine University has a new student senate, and they are already hard at work. The student senate holds open meetings every Tuesday to discuss questions, comments, and concerns about what is happening around campus. They have many goals for this upcoming year that they are hoping to get accomplished. After October's 2nd Student Senate meeting, Eye of the Eagle's Rob Eber discussed some of their goals with Student Senate President David Banda.
This is Rob Eber from Eye of the Eagle here with David Banda, the President of Student Senate. How are you today, David?
Pretty good, can't complain.
That's good. So you're the President of Student Senate. Tell us a little bit about it. What is Student Senate? What do you guys do? Why should people be paying attention to you?
Yeah, so Student Senate is a collective body of students who are separated into their respective respective committee by colleges. So essentially it's 36 students who are gonna try their best to help make Benedictine University a better place, whether that be academic, physically, or spiritually.
How is the process to get into Student Senate?
So yeah, typically every Tuesday we have this thing called Open Forum in CRAZA 050, and that's when anyone can walk in for say 10 minutes and just talk about their concerns or comments, and if they'd like to apply to Senate, they can come on in, pick up an application and turn it in, and then we'll meet up and talk about them the following week.
Benedictine University Police hosted their annual Coffee with a Cop Day in Goodwin Atrium on October 3rd. The event began at 9:30 in the morning and lasted until 11, with coffee and donuts provided by the campus police. The event coincided with the Greater National Coffee with a Cop Day hosted by police departments across the nation. The main objective of the annual event is to bring the community and police closer together and to discuss the important issues and events. Eye of the Eagle's Bravo Barisha spoke with the police chief, Derek Ferguson, about the event.
Barisha here with Eye of the Eagle News. I'm standing next to Officer Derek Ferguson, who's partaking in the annual Coffee with a Cop Day. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about Coffee with a Cop Day and why you're partaking in it and why you feel it's important?
The first Wednesday in October every year is National Coffee with a Cop Day. This is a chance for the community to come out and interact with law enforcement in a positive manner, voice your concerns or complaints or comments to us, and we're here to listen.
Great. What do you think the Benedictine community can get out of Coffee with a Cop Day? What kind of positive impact can it have on the community?
Well, because we work so closely, because this is a small community, this is an opportunity for them to get to actually know the officers, one-to-one, know their faces, know their names, know our personalities, and hopefully it'll improve our relations with the community.
Absolutely. And if you could summarize the event, what would be the main thing that you hope people get out of this event?
A good cup of coffee, a nice donut, and a chance to meet me.
Benedictine held its annual Founders Gala on Friday, September 29th. The gala's purpose was to raise funds for scholarships and Benedictine students. The guest list included alumni and benefactors of the school. There was live music, a silent auction, and live painting. Jennifer Flores spoke with event coordinator Trent Ahrens, Director of Alumni Relations.
I am Jennifer Flores, and I'm here with Trent Ahrens, the Director of Alumni Relations. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. And can you tell me about how the Founders Gala went?
Well, we had over 250 people here on Saturday night for the Founders Gala, so we were really pleased with that turnout, and we raised a lot of money for our mission fund, which is to help students who have fallen on hard times here at the university, helping them to stay in school.
Okay, and what were some of the highlights that were seen at the Founders Gala?
Well, we had a really cool performance artist. His name was Elliot Fromm, and he did a Blackhawks hockey portrait for us, and he also did a really neat Wrigley Field painting that was auctioned off and raised, I believe, in total almost $10,000 for the university.
Why was this event important for Benedictine?
Well, like I mentioned, the Mission Fund is really important. It's only 2 years old, but it's meant to help students who have had a really hard time in recent years, who are maybe struggling to pay their tuition bills and trying to stay in school in that way. So all of the funds from Saturday go to those students.
Thank you. This is Jennifer Flores reporting from Eye of the Eagle. Benedictine had its first fall visit day of the semester on Saturday, September 29th. Potential incoming students checked in at 9 a.m. and breakfast was provided by Ambiance. Visiting students had the opportunity to tour the university, talk to financial aid, and listen to presentations related to a major of their interest. They also had the opportunity to have questions answered by some of the current students. Zakira Mujid spoke with Debbie Kane, one of the main coordinators of the admissions event.
I'm Zakira Mujid here with Debbie Kane, who is the manager of enrollment events here at Benedictine. Now, Debbie, for those of us who don't know, what is the main purpose of these fall events?
The purpose of the events is just to bring prospective students and their parents and families on campus so they can get a better feel for what Benedictine has to offer and to see if this could be their next home.
What is a major fear that you feel like these students have, and then how do you think that these fall events help to relieve it?
A few different fears probably from students and parents. One of the major ones, I believe, of course, is financial, right? They want to make sure that they can fund their education, whether it's the student or the parent, and the different options. So I feel like at the event, we have many different resources available of staff there and during our presentation information. So it puts them at ease that there are options to help them fund their education. I think also they're concerned about transitioning to college. Whether it's time management, the academic load, the strength of the programs, how hard it's going to be academically. So I feel like we give them a good feel of the resources available for that to help them transition.
And then There were also these college presentations during the fall event. How do you believe that those college presentations are helping these students understand what it's like to be a Benedictine student?
I think it's great they get to meet future faculty that are involved. Our deans were there. It gives them a sense of what majors we offer, and then also within those majors what careers they could have. Sometimes a student may know that they want to go into a certain area, maybe don't know what job they really want to have. So I feel like our faculty did a great job with that to discuss different jobs that they could actually get with the programs we offer.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Debbie. This past weekend at Benedictine University, the Nature Education Program hosted the 5th annual What to Know Before You Go. This program was designed for people with limited experience outdoors. The presentation includes storytelling, scary scenarios, and hands-on demonstration. The instructor, who has hiked all over the world, gave the children and adults the best knowledge and equipment to prepare them for the great outdoors. This is a practical and fun way for anyone to learn how to be safe in any environment. Reporter Darren Cohen spoke with Ron Nozick and Azalea about what you should know before you go.
Ron, can you give me just basically a brief summary of what you want children and adults to get out of this lecture today?
Thank you, Darren. Basically, this is a program that's designed to teach people proper preparation and safety techniques in a wilderness setting, though it applies to settings other than the wilderness, because if you're traveling someplace in a car or you get lost in a Kmart, it's no different than being lost in a wilderness area. We tell 6 true life stories, each one of which has a moral, and basically the lessons are to be prepared, don't panic. If you're going to be moving from point to point, make a plan and stick to it. If you do get lost, stop and don't give up. Somebody's going to be out there looking for you if they know where you're supposed to be. And these are just basic, simple techniques to help you survive in a critical situation. But if you know how to do it and don't panic, you should be able to make it through with no problem.
Be prepared to never leave to where your plans were, and to always let someone know where you are when you're going somewhere.
Good. So can you tell me from your basic understanding of what today was, if you seen somebody lost, what would you do?
I would tell someone right away and ask them where they were going or who they're related to or who they were with, if they were with anyone. And I'd ask them where they were heading and where they came from.
All right, thank you. High five.
The art faculty at Benedictine opened an art exhibition on Monday, October 1st. The exhibition is showcasing various pieces of contemporary art. All art shown portray a different take on contemporary art. On October 3rd, the artists who created these pieces hosted a Meet the Artist reception inside the art gallery. Many of the featured artists who attended the reception are professors here at Benedictine. Eye of the Eagle's Sam Short sat down with Teresa Parker, the curator of the art gallery, to talk about the artworks at the exhibition.
Hi, I'm Sam Short. I'm with Eye of the Eagle. I'm here with Teresa Parker, the curator of the art gallery. Do you mind telling us about the art we have here?
This is part of our regular schedule, but we do it once every 2 years. So it's an art faculty biennial show, and it features work from our art and graphic art and design faculty.
How long have you been doing this?
This will be our fourth biennial show. We started it in 2010, and so it changes a little bit with each artist. You know, some people come and go, but for the most part, these are people who are with us for a long time.
Benedictine has added a new club to its roster this year, and it's looking for new members to join the fun. Philosophy Club is a new organization offering participants the ability to expand their minds in an open and friendly atmosphere. The club hopes to bring new ways of thinking to the university. No prior knowledge of any philosophical topic is required. The club meets on the last Wednesday of every month, and all students and staff are encouraged to join. Bernadette Manalo spoke with philosophy president Nate Alaska and vice president Lance Goebel to get the word out about their new club.
I'm Bernadette Manalo here with Philosophy Club President Nate Alaska and Vice President of Philosophy Club Lance Goebel. Now Nate, what is your reason for wanting to start this club?
Thank you, Bernadette. 1 year ago there was no philosophy club, so the leadership took it upon ourselves to create a place where students can talk about ideas larger than their own lives, and the result has been excellent. There's more interest in philosophy club than ever before, and it looks as though things are really taking off this fall.
Now, what kinds of activities can students expect after joining this club?
Well, my favorite part of the Philosophy Club has been the debate and the conversations that we have. It's a really relaxed environment. We like to talk about a whole different load of conceptual issues. And despite how complicated that can be, a lot of the times it is pretty relaxed and fun. We like to joke around as well as have meaningful discussions.
So now, Nate, why do you think students should join Philosophy Club?
If you want to think about the ordinary in a different light, if you'd like to understand the world and your place in it a little better, or if you just want to come and have a good time and chat about philosophy, we have snacks.
Why do you think students should join Philosophy Club?
Well, if you really want to know about that, you should come to our second Philosophy Club meeting where we'll be discussing the ethical reasons why every student should join Philosophy Club.
Thank you for your time, Nate. Thank you for your time, Lance.
Thank you, Bernadette.
This is Bernadette Manalo here with Eye of the Eagle News.
This semester, Benedictine University welcomed its first ever sorority to campus, Theta Phi Alpha. The sorority held one of its 9 recruitment events Tuesday, September 19th. The Break the Ice event was part of its recruitment process. During this time, potential new members of Theta Phi Alpha were able to get to know one another by playing games and socializing. Once recruitment ends, Theta Phi Alpha will hold its bid day for all new members after the event. Eye of the Eagles' Gianna Toniolo had a chance to speak with Theta Phi Alpha's leadership coordinator, Stephanie Villanova, to discuss the thoughts on the event, as well as future recruitment plans.
Hi, my name is Gianna, and I'm from Eye of the Eagle, and this is Steph. So what was the purpose of the Break the Ice event today?
So today we wanted to showcase the sorority and potential sisterhoods and relationships that could be built. And so we had a lot of people come out and did a lot of different icebreakers and team builders, and it was a great time.
Now, what was your favorite part of the event today?
Yeah, my favorite part was an activity we do called Touch to Touch, where you partner up with a different person and you all rotate in circles, and I say touch to touch, shoulder to shoulder, and then you have to run to find your partner. And it's just really fun to watch everybody's enthusiasm come out and the silliness.
Now, this is the first sorority ever on BU's campus, and I bet a lot of people are wondering, how did they end up choosing this sorority?
Yeah, so they actually went through the process this past summer. We had a lot of different campus partners come to create a panel, as well as students were involved as well. So they met a lot of different sororities, and Theta Phi Alpha was one of them. We shared each other's values, our passions, and concerns as well, and so the school felt that we were a great fit, and we also felt that venue was a great fit. So we're excited to be here.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm Gianna from Eye of the Eagle. Thank you.
That's been news for October. I'm Jennifer Flores.
And I'm Zakir Majed. Next up is sports with Darren Cohen. And so Darren, I understand that the women's volleyball team is off to a great start.
They're off to a great start, and we'll get into that after the break.
Welcome to Body Performance, located in Orland Park, a gym where you can work out with elite trainers. This gym offers personal, group, and sports performance training. There's a workout for everyone. Bring in a goal, work with your personal trainer, and do your very best. At Body Performance, there is no judgment, only dedication, hard work, and results. This elite gym caters to your needs with plyometrics, heavy lifting, and speed training. Make your dreams come true and get your body right at Body Performance.
Hey sports fans, this is Darren Cohen with Eye of the Eagle. The Benedictine football team took on Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons in their first conference contest on October 1st. Jack Drummond racked up 10 tackles and a sack on the day. The team ended up falling short in a high-scoring 48-40 loss, bringing their record to 0-4 overall and 1-1 in conference. The Eagles look to bounce back next week against Rockford University. The Eagles' Dominic Chucci talked with Jack after the game about how they are working to improve this year.
I'm Dominic Chucci here with Jack Drummond of the Benedictine football. Benedictine football coming off a 40-48 loss to CUW. Jack, how are you guys looking to bounce back from that loss?
Oh, we're just trying to focus more on our team, on ourselves. 40 points on the board, that's a lot of points. We shouldn't ever have a loss with that. So me as myself, I take it upon myself and the defense to, just step it up and continue to get better.
You mentioned yourself there. I believe you had 10 tackles, a couple sacks, and a few TFLs. Jack, how do you look to improve that impressive stat line?
Just every day trying to get better. You can never stop getting better. You can never, you know what I mean? So just trying to focus more on my pass rush moves, trying to get better in the pass game, more importantly. But yeah, just trying to make an impact as best as I can on the field.
And then next week, Benedictine takes on Rockford at Rockford, traveling there. Jack, what's their MO, and how do you guys look to attack them?
Rockford's a lot like CUW in the fact that their offenses both work in the same way from a defensive perspective. I don't really know what their defense does, but it's always fun to going against them. It's always a well-fought battle, but we should be able to rock the world.
Absolutely, Jack. Good luck. Thank you.
The Benedictine women's volleyball team faced Marian University on their home court September 25th. The Eagles swept Marian in 3, making them 1-1 in NACC play. After a hard-fought battle, the Eagles defeated the Sabres in only 3 consecutive matches. The Eagles' Elena Morrow sat down with one of Benedictine's key players, Taylor Dunwell, to ask her thoughts on the game and how the players plan to keep their chemistry alive.
Hi, I'm Elena Morrow with Eye of the Eagle, joined alongside with outside hitter Taylor Dunwell. Taylor, how good does it feel to have swept Marian?
It feels really good to get a win, and then sweeping them in 3 is always a good, feeling because we're showing confidence that we can go out there and kill them instead of going to 5 and making it kind of like a back and forth rally.
Yeah, definitely. What are some things you think your team needs to continue to work on this season to keep the season going?
I think our team can continue to work on staying disciplined. We're working on when we're out there, we're getting low and moving and, just getting up for blocks and stuff like that. I think we can also focus on our connection together a little bit more, but we're doing a great job on that already. We just have to keep furthering that as we go further in the season.
Definitely. You've obviously had a really successful season this far, having NAC Player of the Week twice. How do you think your leadership and experience plays a part on the team?
I think definitely since I'm a junior now, it's my 3rd year here, I kind of know our rules and regulations, what Jen expects from us, but it also helps that we have so many upperclassmen to teach all of our underclassmen to try to get everybody on the same page.
Definitely, yes. So you're taking on Eureka College next, which is a non-conference game. After coming off this win, how do you think you guys are going to prepare for the game?
Well, Jen told us in the locker room to enjoy this win tonight, and then once we wake up tomorrow morning, focus towards Eureka, watch the scouting report, and just look towards them for this game starting right at 7.
Right.
Don't wait, go at it right away.
Well, thank you so much. I'm Elena Morrow with Eye of the Eagle.
The Lady Eagles later suffered an unfortunate loss after a well-fought battle against the Lakeland University Muskies, where the record falls to 9 wins and 7 losses. The team has a conference win of 1 win and 2 losses on the year. Despite the loss, the Eagles have pieced together a string of well-played games leading up to their contest with the Muskies. Trey Pierce interviewed setter for the women's volleyball team, Alyssa O'Boyle, about their game.
Hi, I'm Trey Pierce, and I'm here with Alyssa O'Boyle post-game of the Benedictine Eagles volleyball game. Alyssa, how do you think you guys played tonight?
I think we played strong the whole time through. We just fell apart tonight, so now we just have to come back ready to go on Monday so we can get that next W.
Unfortunately, you guys suffered a loss tonight. How important was getting this win going into conference play?
No matter what team we play, we always want to get a win. So no matter what, we always want that win. It's always going to be important.
Okay, going forward with the season, who do you look forward to playing to and why?
We look forward to playing Aurora because that's always our biggest rivalry. So that's always the one we're looking forward to.
Benedictine University's men's soccer defeated Concordia University of Chicago 3-1 on Wednesday, September 19th. The Eagles are settling into the season as they increase their record to 4-4. Eric Stammer, Rogelio De La Torre, and Elber Harrell all scored in Wednesday's game, contributing to the win. The Eagles' Chelsea BlairS spoke with senior middle Santi Beltran after the game.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Blair here with the Eye of the Eagle Sports. I'm with Santi Beltran after tonight's game. The Benedictine University Eagles have had some tough matchups this season as they hold a current record of 4-4. Tonight, the Benedictine University Eagles played Concordia University of Chicago. Santi, could you tell me a little bit about tonight's game?
So CUC has been one of our toughest competitors, and they've been growing and getting better season after season. So we've just been just making a game plan for them and knowing that they weren't going to be any easy game. So we came in, tried to execute as much as we could, and luckily we got the first goal, and then after that we just managed to find the goal again and again, and ended up winning the game. So it was good for us.
Santi, could you tell me a little bit about the team chemistry this year on the field?
Yeah, so it's been a pretty big mix of, I guess, seniors and freshmen, and it's been great for us because the freshmen have come in and made an immediate impact, and it's been crucial to our success. So I would say that we're all just one big happy family, and we just love getting out on the field whenever we can, and just fighting for each other. And it showed today. It was a gritty battle, but we ended up coming on top just because of all of our effort. So.
And then, being a senior this year, could you tell me a little bit about your personal goals and your team goals as you were coming in as a senior this season?
So personal and team goals for me just go hand in hand. For me, it's just bottom line is just winning, and I don't care whether it's minutes or goals or anything like that. It's all about winning, and I think that's the mentality that comes across the board for any guy on the team, and I think that's part of the reason why we're so successful. And we just want to keep reiterating that with our new guys and making sure that the veterans are giving them the best role, like being the best role models that we can.
All right, thank you so much, Santi, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Concordia, Wisconsin traveled to Benedictine on September 22nd as the Lady Eagles soccer team opened up conference play at home. Benedictine failed to get the offense going and landed just one shot on goal. In the contest, the Lady Eagles lost 1-0 in the match, falling to 1-1 in conference play. The only goal against Benedictine came in the 54th minute, while most of the game was spent in midfield. The Eagles' Mike Santarelli talked with Benedictine's forward Katie Fredrickson about the game.
Hello everyone, I'm Mike Santarelli here with sophomore forward Katie Fredrickson. Katie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So, tough loss here tonight against Concordia, Wisconsin. Just couldn't seem to get things going. What seemed to be the issue getting scoring chances?
Well, I think we had a lot of chances going forward. We got a lot of people up, but I think our last part was just like when we served it in, we just need to get someone on it. That's basically it.
Sitting here 1-1 in the NAC, you got two important games coming up this week against Illinois Institute of Technology and Edgewood. What seems to be the game plan? What are you guys going to do going forward to try and get this thing back on track?
Well, I think that we all just got to come together as a team and kind of think about like how we need to like make that last final push towards, like, we had a good first half this game, so I think the next part is just like we need to play the full 90 minutes of the games and make sure we're checked in for all 90 minutes.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Andrew Brown. I'm here with Kyle Stewart. Kyle Stewart is the new head coach for the women's soccer team. Started in June. Kyle, have you coached anywhere before this? And if so, where at?
Yeah, I've coached at a couple different universities. I've coached at UNC Asheville and Asheville, North Carolina. Prior to that, I was a GA at Concord University in West Virginia. And then I started my career at Columbus State in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay, nice. So you have a lot of experience under your belt. What would you say is your philosophy of soccer and its relationship to education?
Yeah, so I think what I preach to my girls is the little things. You do the little things right, each and every single day, and you get 100% at it. You'll build into success. And that can be taken on the field, it can be taken off the field, especially in the classroom, right? Because they're here first and foremost to get an education.
Right, nice. And what are the team's strengths this year?
You know, there's a lot of good camaraderie between the team. They're a good group of girls to work with each other. You know, there's not a whole lot of different cliques. You know, they still have their groups, but at the end of the day, it's all very supportive. And I think that's really important for a team to have success.
Oh, definitely. And what's your favorite part about coaching?
Just making an impact. I think that this is a big growth period for young ladies and young men playing, and I think athletics is a way for me to help make that impact, right? And it can be something so small. Because I know when I was a player, coaches had a lot of impact on me on how I grew up. So I think through all of that, you can learn a lot through athletics, and I think this is the way for me to do that.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yep. Andrew Brown, Eye of the Eagle.
Eye of the Eagle's player profile of the month is women's volleyball player Chelsea Blair. Blair was 4th in total digs in 2017. She was first team All-Region and first team All-Conference as a sophomore. Now she's back to continue her career for the 2018. Tiffany Bush spoke with defensive specialist Chelsea Blair about the team's chemistry and their plans for the rest of the season.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Bush with Eye of the Eagle Sports. I'm here with Chelsea Blair, Senior Defensive Specialist. Chelsea, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So you transferred in from Sauk Valley Community College as a junior. What are some challenges you had to overcome being on a new team at Benedictine?
One of the hardest challenges I faced coming in as a transfer was the fact that I wasn't a freshman, but I also wasn't really an upperclassman because I didn't really know where everything in the school was. So in a sense, I was a freshman, but I had experience that I had to show, so I had to gain respect.
And gaining respect is a big part about being on a team. As a senior this year, how do you feel that you've used your leadership to help the team go forward?
Honestly, I've used my experience from high school and my other college. We were really successful, and all I basically did is just do what I can. I'm a person who leads by example and I don't say anything to other people. I just like other people to follow my lead.
You're just about 500 this year. What can you credit your successes to, and what do you need to work on moving forward?
Honestly, this year the team chemistry has been great. We've all been talking. Everything just has felt cohesive this year. Compared to last year, we kind of lacked communication skills. So I think that's the biggest difference from last year and this year. Just moving forward, I think we still just need to keep working on our communication skills, clean up our side of the net, and I think that'll be enough to take care of the game.
All right, thank you very much. Good luck with your game tonight.
Thank you.
That's sports for this one. Tune in next time as we look at soccer and basketball. I'm Darren Cohen, and this is Eye of the Eagle.
Hello and welcome to In the Spotlight with your host, Nabia Asim.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight. I'm your host, Nabia Asim. We are going to pick up talking about the China Pollination Project. So Dr. Hines, can you tell us if you have made any conclusions so far and what direction is the project headed for in the future?
Okay. The big thing that we found so far is that there actually are pollinators in China. Despite the 2 weeks where I didn't see much of anything. When we go out and actually spend time looking at flowers, we're seeing quite a variety of bees coming to the flowers, as well as quite a number of flies. The bees are a little better than flies, but that's okay. I have a huge data set from 4 years of doing this that during my sabbatical year I'm hoping to kind of parse out and try to get some more messages out of it. And in the future we hope to return with students again, but we're taking 2018 off.
Oh, okay. So I know you attended a pollinator forum while in Beijing. Can you tell me about your experience there?
Sure. So this was actually the second time I attended. It was a pollinating insects forum at the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing. And I was invited last year just because I happened to be in Beijing at the time, and I went for one day and everything was completely in Chinese. And there were a few other guests who were in the room who also spoke no Chinese, but there was no translation at all. So it was a little bit frustrating, but I was invited to come again this year. And this year when they put out the call for presentations, they tried to convince students and professors and other researchers who were speaking to actually either present in English or at least provide the slides in English.
Right.
And so this made it a lot easier, and I have a whole notebook full of information that I will be going through. When your sister put together her poster, I was able to give her some information that I actually had gotten from the forum for that.
Oh, that's great. And now, having gone to China for 5 years in a row, what has been your favorite part about China?
One of my favorite things is the food, just because I really love having all the Chinese food and the variety of the food. The other thing that I've really come to enjoy is making the trip with students. And even though we go to a lot of the same things every year, so from one year to the next, we're going to the Forbidden City and the Temple of Heaven and all the same things, seeing students experiencing it for the first time and seeing these historical sites that they've heard of and perhaps studied makes it all worth it.
And I know you're taking some Chinese classes right now, so have you made any use of that while in China?
Well, when I went back to Beijing for the forum this year, I went back by myself and managed to survive in Beijing for 4 days with without anyone helping me or translating things.
Yeah, I couldn't last a day without having Dr. Day help me. So.
Well, it took my 5th trip before I got there. So.
And so you're on sabbatical this year. How long have you been teaching, and what are your plans before you return to teaching?
This is actually my 14th year at Benedictine.
Wow.
So I taught 13 years without, I had 1 semester of maternity leave break because I have twins, but otherwise I was teaching for 13 years without a break. And so part of the early part of my sabbatical has been kind of finding time for myself. I've taken up running. I'm signed up for the Chicago Marathon next fall.
Oh, nice.
But then I need to get some papers out. So.
Okay, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Dr. Hines, for being with us for In the Spotlight. I'm Nabiha Asim.
Hi, I'm Trey Pierce.
Dominic Chucci.
Mike Santorelli, Eye of the Eagle.
Hi, excuse me, can I ask you a question?
What's the last thing you apologized for?
While you're waiting, what's the last thing you apologized for?
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 Probably being way too late past curfew at home.
The last thing I apologized for? Ooh, let's see. I messed up a lot this weekend with my wife, so, pass.
Thank you.
What was the last thing you apologized for? Oh, don't laugh, you're next.
Let me think about this one. It's a good question.
I don't like apologizing, so I don't even know.
I don't believe it, but that's the answer.
I feel like I apologize all day long.
I would have to say,
There you have it, folks. Sir?
Excuse me, what's the last thing you apologized for?
Not answering this.
Okay, thank you.
And last thing I apologize for, I don't remember. I don't apologize either, to be honest.
I still don't believe it, but next person.
What's the last thing you apologized for?
Cheating on my husband. Totally kidding.
My name's Tyler. I didn't text back, so I apologize to everybody. I didn't text back.
That's
tough.
Yeah, you need it. Yeah. I respect that.
Excuse me, could we just ask you what the last thing you apologized for was?
I didn't hear the question.
Do you know what the last thing you apologized for was?
I'm here with the Eye of the Eagle. We're just going around asking random questions. One question for you. What was the last thing you apologized for?
Apologize for not having time to talk to you right now, but thanks so much. I appreciate that.
What was the last thing you apologized for?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Think hard.
This right here. I'm sorry, I don't know.
I should know. What is this for? Am I going to lose my job?
What's the last thing you apologized for?
Nothing.
What's the last thing you apologized for?
Nothing at all.
Nothing?
What was the last thing that you apologized for? That's a good question.
Farting.
Looking too good. All right.
There you go, looking too good.
Hey, Jace, what's the last thing you apologize for?
Probably swearing to one of my parents.
Okay.
Taylor, what was the last thing you apologized for?
Being a to my roommates.
Thank you.
Excuse me, ladies. Quick moment of
you're
your time.
terrible. Okay.
What was the last thing you apologized for?
Oh no. Oh my gosh, wait, I have to think about it. Probably
time.
something with you, like something I did. Yeah, that could be it. I burnt a bagel today. That could be it.
Burnt a bagel.
Yeah.
Did you just forget?
No, there was something in the toaster, I think.
What's the last
thing that you apologized for?
For splashing her shirt in that thing.
Oh, okay, alrighty.
And that's it.
Their 2-hour set included the works of Thelonious.
What basically this is just me just throwing out words and I'm gonna edit it, so I'm just trying to think of what to say. Let's see.
Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2. This is Jonathan Hodel here with Eye of the Eagle. Check 1 2.
Audio, test 1, test 1, test 2, audio.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, but wait, where am I supposed to look? Sorry.
With Trent. Great, your last name?
Testing the mic, 1 2. Testing the mic, 1 2. Testing the mic. I'm Zakira Majed, and I'm currently here with Debbie Kane, who is the manager of enrollment events here at Benedict.
On to a large turnout of students, faculty, and guests for off-campus curating. Oh my gosh, that's really fast.
University on their home court September 25th. Let's do that over.
The University Senate holds open meetings every Tuesday to discuss questions, comments. Sorry, I don't know why I started. I started thinking about the sneeze. I'm sorry.
Suffered an unfortunate loss. Unfortunate. The Ladies Eagles
had a chance to speak with Theta Phi Alpha's leadership coordinator, Stephanie Villanova, to discuss her thoughts on the event as well as future recruitment plans.
Scholarships for Benedictine students. Benedictine had a tent put up for the occasion. Stop, it's just so